Children, welcome to Guru Gobind Singh Public School and Junior College. Dear children, today we are going to learn subject geography for standard 7. Dear children, let's start the lesson number 7, soil. Children, learning outcome of the lesson: to understand the formation of the soil, to know about different constituent of soil, and to know about biotic material. Children, here are the topics which we are going to learn today. First, we will see the introduction. After that, factors necessary for soil formation and types of soil. Children, before starting the lesson, we should understand these three questions first. That what are the different constituents of soil? Children, the different constituents of soil are as follows: air, water, minerals, and organic material. Next question: from where do the abiotic factors become available for soil formation? Children, the different abiotic factors became available from soil formation from the varied natural elements like rocks, climate of the region, time, etc. On which factor does the variety in soil depend? So children, the variety in soil depends on the following factors interacting over time. First, climate condition. Second, relief of the land surface. Third, organisms in the soil. Fourth, parent materials of the soil. Then factors that influence soil formation. So which are that factors now we will going to learn. First one is a parent rock, then regional climate, then the biotic material, the slope of the land and time. So dear children, let's study this one by one now. Let's start to learn about parent rock. The parent rock in a region is an important factor in soil formation. Depending on hardness and the climate of the region, the rock get weathered. So children, the rocks which get weathered, that rocks turns into powdery material which further turns into earthy material. So examples are here children, the basalt rock. This basalt rock, it is found in Maharashtra, which turns into black soil after the weathering process. Children, this soil is also referred as regur soil. Basalt soil is also called as an regur soil. Children, now rocks like granite or gneiss it is in the South India. It gives rise to the red color soil. Next point, that is regional climate. Children, regional climate, it is an important factor influencing soil formation. So how it is important children? Weathering of the rock, it is the first step in the process of soil formation, and that weathering of the rock, that process is totally depends on the climate of that particular region. Children, the climate, it decides the intensity of weathering. So one and the same type of rocks gives rise to different types of soil. But when rock is exposed to different climate. Okay, so children, in the dry climate of plateau, which plateau? Deccan Plateau. Okay, so the weathering of basalt leads to the formation of black soil, and whereas in the humid type of a climate, that is in the western Sahyadris, the leaching of the same basalt rock, it leads to the formation of laterite soil. Factor which is necessary for soil formation is biotic material. Children, the biotic material, now the weathering of rocks that turns into the powdery material, but it is not soil. Okay, it turns into the powdery material, but it is not considered as a soil. To turn such this type of a powdery material into soil, it is necessary that biotic material should get mixed into it. Okay, so the vegetal litters, then roots of plants, remains of animals, etc., it gets decomposed due to water. Children, microorganism and certain other organism that helps to decompose the dead remains of organic material. Okay, so children, now the biotic material does now produce, gets mixed into the soil and is called as an humus. Okay, if the proportion of humus in the soil is greater, so children, that type of a soil becomes very fertile for agricultural production. Children, time is the another factor which is necessary for soil formation. Okay children, so soil formation is a natural but it is a very slow process. Okay, so for this process it needs a very long period of time. Children, to form a 2.5 centimeter thick layer of topsoil, it takes thousands of years. Okay, so in the region of high rainfall and higher temperature, the process of soil formation is faster comparatively in the region of low temperature and low rainfall. Okay, so soil formation here it takes more time. So by this children we can say that the soil are very valuable. Humans use the soil gifted by nature as a resource. So, children, we know that soil is a natural resource. So, it is mainly used for agricultural production, okay, or agricultural purpose. For getting higher production, different types of chemical fertilizers, insecticides are used in the farm. Okay, so however it is this type of chemical fertilizers, insecticides, it leads to the degradation of soil. Children, we learn about soil, but earth doesn't mean soil. So what it is children? You have to always remember it. Soil contains the powdered form of weathered rock, partially or completely decomposed organic material and innumerable microorganism. Interactions between biotic and abiotic components in the soil go on continuously. Plants get nutrient required for their growth from the soils. Soil is a complete ecosystem. Earth is also a substance. The potter uses it as raw material. A farmer uses soil as an ecosystem. So children, now here is an activity for you. Okay, you can try this at your home. Children, it is given on page number 40. Take 3 flower pots of the same size. Keep one pot empty. Fill the second pot with water after closing the hole at the bottom and third pot with soil. Put a few seeds in all of them. Okay, so keep all the 3 pots in the sun and water the empty pot and the soil filled pot for 4 to 5 days. Observe and answer now the questions. What will happen children now? What happened to the seeds put in the empty pot and the pot filled with water? What happened children for this? The seeds kept in the empty pot and the pot filled with water did not germinate, okay, because soil is not present in it. So what happened to the seeds put in the pot filled with soil? Children, the seeds kept in the pot filled with soil did germinate and a small sapling started to grow from it. Okay, so what do you learn from this children? From this we learn that plants to ensure growth require soil. Children, an important component of the living world on the earth is plant. For the production and growth of plants, soil is indispensable. They provide support to plants. Vegetation is abundant in the regions that have fertile soils. Example, the equatorial regions. However, in the areas where the soil are not fertile, vegetation is scanty. That is example, desert region, and where there is a shortage of soil, vegetation is not seen. Example, polar region. So children, though favorable climate, availability of abundant water and sunlight are necessary for the growth of a plant, these alone are not sufficient. Fertile soil favor for the growth of plant. Okay children. So by this we can say that when man realized that sowing of seeds in a soil leads to the growth of plants and yields crops, he started using soil as a resource. Children, gradually he realized that the fertile soil along the river beds gives higher yields, and hence he started to settle in the valleys and started living there in a group. So children, this leads to the rise of ancient river valley civilization, for example the Indus Valley civilization. Children, for the growing population, man started producing greater amount of food crops. Okay, so he realized that crop production and prosperity in agriculture, it is mainly depend on the fertility of soil and the optimum availability of water. So children, there emerged competitions among the people to discover fertile lands and settle there. Later on, for getting richer harvest, he made efforts to increase the fertility of soil. And in this process, the use of different type of fertilizers became a practice which leads to record agricultural production. So children, food crops, fruits and flowers are produced according to the type of soil. Food crops like jaw and bajra are produced in the Regur soil of Maharashtra plateau, while soil in Konkan, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Karnataka region produce rice. In Madhya Pradesh, potato is cultivated in regions where the soil are well drained. So, children, the local agricultural produce determines the staple diet of the people. Students, the region where soil are not arable need to fulfill their food requirements through import. Okay, for example, countries like Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Oman, etc., they fulfill their requirement by importing food from China, India, and USA. Children, the regions where soil are fertile can be self-reliant as far as the food production is concerned. So, human settlements get concentrated in such areas. Children, agro-based industry flourished in these areas at a later date. For example, sugar factories that developed in the sugarcane producing areas. Okay, food processing industries they develop in the areas of fruit productions. Okay, so these regions later shows the signs of development. In this lesson, what we learn? We learn about the factors which are necessary for soil formation, different constituent of soil, and biotic material. Children, on topic you have to complete an assignment which is given on page number 45. Question number 1. Complete the following table. You have to write this in your classwork notebook. So children, I hope that you have understood the topic, and then also if you have any queries, please let me know about it. Thank you very much.